Colonel said Sean Donnelly was here.
Oh, yes. Yes, he just left.
What did he want?
Oh, nothing to worry yourself about.
Did it concern Ned?
No, why?
Well, Sean was at the Outback, and he obviously heard the whole story. And there were rather loud references to bigamy. So I thought perhaps...
No. It had nothing to do with Ned or his wives. Sean's visit here concerned a minor political matter. Not to worry.
All right, thank you.
And it had nothing to do with the Spencers, or with Damien, or with Catherine. What in the world is bothering you so much, my dear?
Well, on top of everything else, it's Monica.
What?
She should be resting, but she insisted on going to the hospital. And from everything they've said, it's much too early.
Mr. Worth? Hi.
Hello, Doctor.
Excuse me, please.
I didn't expect to see you today. I just had my 6-month checkup with Dr. Silverman. They said he was covering for you.
Yes, well, I just spoke with Dr. Silverman. I'll bet you were hoping you wouldn't see me today.
Sorry, I don't follow.
Well, I just saw your chart, Mr. Worth, and you are 10 pounds heavier than you were when you had your heart attack and I performed the bypass.
Yeah, I know. I put the weight back on.
Why?
Well, it's tough keeping it off. What with cutting down on smoking.
Oh, wait a minute. Cut down? No. You were supposed to quit.
I'm trying. Hell, I went from 3 packs a day to 1. That's not bad.
Not bad. It's stupid. Do you want to have another one?
Well, of course
because
not.
You're doing everything you can think of to make it happen.
Of course I don't want to have another attack. 1 was quite enough, thank you.
But you can stand here and admit that your behavior invites it.
I said I'm doing my best.
Have you limited your meals at all?
I'm trying. Old habits die hard.
And stupid patients die fast.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
And you are not being very nice to your body. We didn't perform surgery to watch you throw it all away. Did you get the exercise bike I recommended?
Not yet. I've been walking a lot more.
Trips to the fast food restaurant don't count.
Oh, come on, Doc. Give me a break. I've already gone through all this with Dr. Silverman. He got all over my case about the weight, the smoking. At least he understands what kind of pressures a guy can be under.
And excuses don't make it either.
Look, I've known plenty of guys that smoke like a chimney, and they weigh a whole lot more than I do, and nothing's ever happened to them.
Oh, so you're just going to turn your back on it. Is that your course of treatment? Just pretend it isn't there? Real smart, Fred.
Look, I told you, I'm under a lot of pressure.
The only thing you're going to be under if you keep this up is the ground. Now, when are you going to get serious about taking care of yourself?
What's going on here? I can hear you all the way down the hall.
Mr. Worth has decided to be his own doctor.
I'm doing the best I can.
Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself.
Some days are tougher than other days, aren't they, Mr. Worth?
Boy, you got that right. Look, I'll take the pounds off, I promise.
Do you think we could postpone this discussion for another time?
Excuse me?
Would you be good enough to excuse us, Mr. Worth?
Gladly.
Thank you.
I cannot believe you.
Monica.
Don't you interfere with my patients. How dare you?
The situation's a little bit out of control, Monica.
Alan, he is my patient, and how I handle him is my business.
You're not handling him the way a medical professional is expected to.
Sometimes you have to break from the standard operating procedure. This man was in total denial of his situation, and I had to get through to him the only way I knew how to make him hear me.
What you did was just make him defensive.
His behavior is indefensible.
Listen, when I tried to get through to you about your treatment, you went through the ceiling.
Well, that's different. He is paying me for my advice, and when he won't take it, I have to do something.
Yeah, Monica, you were a little rough on him.
Oh, this is great. Why doesn't everybody just jump in? Is this the way it's going to be from now on? Everybody looking over my shoulder, judging every move I make?
You know better than that, Monica. If we didn't love you, we wouldn't be bothered. You're just pushing yourself too hard too soon.
You know, most people on your chemo course wouldn't even consider going back to work until the whole thing was through.
What am I supposed to do? Just go and sit home in bed? Well, forget it.
Most people don't have the chance, Monica, just to take it easy when they're having chemotherapy. You're lucky.
To be sitting home feeling useless, just thinking about my cancer is luck? Well, you try it.
Listen, Monica. We all want you well. We want you back at this hospital at full strength as soon as possible. You just have to give yourself a chance.
That is asking me to give up my life, and I can't do that.
It's right there in front of her. She can't see the contradiction.
She sees it.
But she won't admit it.
Well, denial is wonderfully adaptable.
How do we break through it?
Well, you know, she was in despair, and now she's fighting back, and that's progress. And maybe accusing somebody else of doing the same thing is kind of a self-realization.
Maybe, but I can tell you from personal experience, it is not easy to take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror, no matter how much you need it, no matter how obvious it is to anybody else.
And she's not an easy patient.
No, she's not.
My behavior would have earned me a severe dressing down by Dr. Monica Quartermain. Honestly, Alan and Bobbie found it so embarrassing they had to call me on it, and they were right. I was treating my patient very unprofessionally, no question about it. I felt I ought to tell you this, Steve. No, I needed to tell you this because, I need some advice.
What do you think happened?
Well, I don't know, really. Well, Alan and Bobbie and, I don't know, maybe the whole hospital, for all I know, think that I came back to work too soon. But, Steve, I can't just vegetate. I've got to maintain some sort of normalcy through all of this. This is the only place where I feel a little bit normal. But if I can't function here, then what good am I to anybody? Or am I any good at all?
I think I can answer that with a resounding yes. After all, shock treatment is probably what Mr. Worth needed.
You think so?
Oh, I'm well aware of his inclination for self-indulgence, but if you got through to him, then you probably saved his life one more time just as much as you did in the operating room.
Thank you, Steve.
In the meantime, Monica, I'm going to recommend something that I know you're not going to like. I want you to take a month off.
Just go home and be a cancer patient?
Why not think of it as a doctor fighting cancer in the most important patient in the world, herself?
Oh, those are just words. I would just feel sick and useless and alien, and that's not me.
Then do it for me. Monica, you're one of the most skillful physicians in the country. You know how much I admire you as a doctor as well as a woman. Now, this hospital is extremely lucky to have you heading our cardiac unit. But we need you back full strength as soon as possible. What we don't need is the possibility of losing you for a long period of time. Now, a month may seem like an eternity to you, but to me it's a simple price to pay to have you come back in good health. I take the month off. If it's an order you want, then it's an order. Monica, please.
I was wrong.
It's okay.
No, it isn't okay. I just wish you could have found some way to stop me before I went too far.
You know, that's not an easy thing to do these days. Now when you get on a roll.
And I'm not really rolling that smoothly these days. Kind of like a wagon with a broken wheel.
A war wagon?
Touché. I know you mean well. I know everybody means well. But I'm so sorry to take it out on the people that are trying to help me. I hate myself for that.
Hey, I understand.
Can you forgive me?
Forgiving isn't even a question. Trying to figure out how to help you, it's got me stumped.
Yeah, I know, because I don't know what I need. I don't know how you can help. Isn't that pathetic? And that is my call to keep.